mind completely. Love all of those hacks. Amazing. All right, we're going to keep an eye on the showers and thunderstorm threat in the northeast today, and maybe enough of those powerful winds that you could have to use some of those hacks. Right now, those eastern storms moving off to the east along the cold front, that jet stream adding a little bit of that wind power potential to some of these thunderstorms. Not a ton happening out there right now. You have some showers moving through Vermont trying to make their way into Maine, and that really is going to be the spot where, yeah, later today we could be looking at some of those stronger thunderstorms also into western PA, missing out western New York, and we think eastern Massachusetts, two areas that have been unbelievably dry this season. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So Pittsburgh, timing for those showers and thunderstorms through at least the evening rush. We have another area of concern for showers and thunderstorms today. Once again, Kansas City, it is going to be as we get in through tomorrow and into Friday, highs into the low 80s, then into the 70s. So you're also getting a little bit of that cool down. But there we go. A lot of moisture pushing off to the north. We have that low level wind threat too. That's adding that extra boost to some of those thunderstorms. All of that on top of strong winds in the upper layers. And now you're talking about that wind threat and maybe that hail threat from Chamberlain, Grand Island through Hayes, Salina tomorrow. By Friday, it's in through Madison, Eau Claire, Cedar Rapids, Davenport. A decent regular cool down, but we've got another little warm up to deal with. And take a look at this stat. New York today, 89 degrees. Average last day of 90 plus. August 28th. So we're beyond it. We're hoping anyway. Record latest 90-degree day as a high. October 7th, that happened in 1938. We are going to see that cool down, 75 degrees by tomorrow, but not before we threaten a few records, all the way from Pennsylvania, Maryland into Connecticut. In fact, Bridgeport looking to tie it. We are getting very close in New York, Philadelphia getting close as well. And of course, this is coming after that really impressive bump of heat you had last week. But here comes that cold front, that warmer air out ahead of it. Again, we're going to see the few showers and thunderstorms with that front as well. But later in the week, you're going to see that temperature swing, another dip. And it's not just the high temperatures, the low temperatures as well. You can see today 71 in Burlington and Syracuse. Tomorrow, much cooler along that I-95 corridor. Boston, 67 degrees. That's sweater weather. And you can see by Friday, hanging on to the 70s. We've got some 80s in Pittsburgh and D.C. I'll cough. Thank you so much. It's my Monday, so I had to shake some cobwebs out there. But let's get you looking ahead to the next few days, which includes, by the way, the last full weekend of summer on the calendar. Can you believe that? And for some of us, it's feeling like summer today for sure. We've got that in the northeast from New York, 89, Boston at 87. Notice the trail of showers here across from New England back and through the central U.S. We have a cold front trailing. That'll be on the move. So our showers and thunderstorms, as it clears the northeast, will also cool us down as well as clear us out. Boston down to 67 tomorrow. No more 80s near 90. New York, you're talking 75 degrees. Then we look to the west with our next area of severe threat from South Dakota on into Kansas. Damaging wind threat, some heavy rainfall as we get into Friday. You see that moves into now the Mississippi Valley. Down to the Gulf Coast, looking at chances for some showers and thunderstorms. So heads up Chicago and Madison, as well as St. Louis and Kansas City. Once again, looking at that storm threat on up into Duluth and International Falls. The west is very quiet. We have a lack of rainfall from California, the desert Southwest. By Saturday, we've got some showers and storms back into the Pacific Northwest. Maybe not so much storms, but showers. 64 for Seattle. By Saturday, you see those showers stretch all the way from Ohio to the Gulf Coast. So we have some potential college football games and tailgating at the risk for some bad weather there. And then by Sunday, you're talking now NFL games from New England, Northeast, Pittsburgh, down to Lexington and New Orleans. Showers and thunderstorms continuing. By Monday, general storminess, unsettled weather from the south and the mid-Atlantic. Here we go by Tuesday, and looking like a nice late summer, early fall. Bring us through the story of all that we're watching. We're going to start with this, though.
Let's start with Julia. Still allegedly inland 10 miles west of Brunswick. Not exactly sure. Most of the bad weather is actually now offshore, but I think it's going to come back inland in parts of South Carolina today. So, you know, just because maybe the rain stopped where you are,
right,
in some places along coastal South Carolina, it may be coming back, and not just today. It may be sticking around for a few more days.
And that's the key, I think, to this forecast, too, because we're looking at these totals, 8 to 12. That's not coming today. It's not even going to come between today and tomorrow for most areas. We have that forecast ending Sunday.
Yeah, that's a long way from now. That's like 5 days worth of rain. Not continuously between now and then, but the circulation is not expected to move very much, and our forecast reflects that. If you look at our forecast for tomorrow, notice that we have rain and thunderstorms. There may be a pretty decent coverage of that as well, but tomorrow, Friday, same area, you know, so that rain of 8 to 12 inches may come over several days' time, and it's certainly possible if this thing really doesn't move like some of the models think it won't.
And, you know, when you talk about how a system like this is steered or not steered, you know, you look at to other weather features. We have a front to the north. It's just not going to be